Hello. Today's Halloween comic book review is a prequel to one of the best horror style video games out there. Uh, I played the remake version, but I didn't notice much difference on it from the original, so I didn't buy it when I had the chance for a decent price. But I decided after playing the remake and not really noticing too much difference that I'll just keep my original Dead Space game and play that one instead. But this is a wonderful prequel to the whole thing, kind of leads into some of the stuff we find when we're on the spaceship. Uh, Isaac's sister joins up with a crew that's going to the space station, and is left behind, wants to go with and stuff, but wants to protect his sister. Doesn't want her to go off into space alone, but she's a doctor, so she's going to be uh, highly crucial once they're up there. But eventually, we find out that there are aliens on the ship. Crew members are being attacked. Uh, you can see the art in here was a little rough to follow at times, and it's very uh, kind of like dreamy style artwork, like you're in a dream phase. You're not getting clear images that you'd like with certain things, but it was written by Anthony Johnson and illustrated by Ben Tumblesmith, lettered by Russ Wooten, done by Visceral Games and EA Sports. Go to deadspacegame.com and visceralgames.com and ea.com if you want to check on any of their other stuff. But just seeing the imagery with the creatures and stuff like that, and the people every now and then they got like dead eyes and stuff. At a minute there, I was trying to figure out if certain people were infected. It's like you got her there. You can see the pupil there. She's got white dead eyes, but she's normal at that point. So it's like why that is like that. There's a couple ones images in here where someone she was talking to had the white eyes, and I'm like, oh, he must be infected. But works with. Well, she tries to work in one of the med bays areas, and everybody gets attacked and killed off, infected, whatever, with the alien virus, alien beings that are running through the labs, and no one really knows how to kill them yet. They're still just firing away, and man, I can't wait till my wife gets home and can braid my hair again. It's like not having time. She cut a big chunk off it, so it's easier to brush. But yeah, uh, but the first med bay she's at, all hell breaks loose. She calls out across the intercoms and finds out that there's a bunch of people that have been showing up in the second med bay. So she heads to that direction to get away from the aliens that she's seen. When she gets there, there's like 60 people already in that med bay, but 30 of them are already dead. Uh, so she starts researching some stuff. They had I think it was four people that came onto the ship that she scanned, and three of them, their scans came out all right, but one had her scans were all over the place, and that helped Isaac's sister. I can't remember her name right now. I got Amy stuck in my head, but that's because I'm watching The Weakest Link. One of the people is Amy on there. But this is part of the scan that she's checking out. You like it almost looks like a little alien in there, but it's something that's changing that person's DNA around and stuff and controlling the inner body's organs, and he eventually notices something with it and sees there's a pattern. And as you can see here, you can see like three of the things on her uh, DNA scan. There's three little junction points that kind of look like they have little spider type creatures in there or something. Uh, but I think it's just the DNA redesigning itself, turning the person into an alien. But nobody knows how to kill these things right at all in here, so they're pretty much the crew that gets wiped out with everybody else. That's what Isaac's gonna find when he comes up into the space station. Artwork in the back here. I'd love to see this turned into a game, uh, but this story makes it like it would be way too short. It wouldn't have enough stuff to go with it. It would have been better if they kind of had an alien style thing where they at least fought for a while against the aliens before everybody's wiped out. You could easily turn this into a fun game. But after reading this, I want to go back and replay Dead Space for like the 15th, 20th time. One game I've definitely got my money's worth out of, but this is Dead Space Extraction one shot from Image Comics. You can pick it up, hopefully, still somewhere reasonably cheap. I've only seen this one, that's why I grabbed it. Or actually, no, I gotta look at that. When did this come out? Well, 2009. Okay. I was thinking that because I could have swore there was a Dead Space thing in a catalog not long ago that I wanted to pick up. And I didn't know if it was this, but it would have been 2020s. So, but I think that was off the main story, the actual game. This is really well done. The artwork just a little bit confusing at times because just it's got that watercolor feel to it again, where it's just the detail isn't tight, so you gotta let your mind go with everything. The creatures looked more like dreams than they did actual creatures and stuff like that. But I would definitely read a lot more of these if they had more stuff like this, like something after the game, some type of prologue or something goes into. I mean, we had. I'm pretty sure they did a second Dead Space game. I'm not sure now. I'm pretty sure I have it. Oh no. Uh, yeah, there was a Dead Space too. I'm starting to confuse the extras with Lost Planet. I think it was had three games for it, but yeah, if you're a Dead Space fan, you'll like this. Gives you a nice chunk of information about stuff, how everything happened once they started moving these pillars around and planting them throughout space. It basically explains what's been going on, what's happening, the whole start of everything. And yeah, I want more. So check it out. Dead Space Extraction one shot. And keep following Under the Cult of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. Leave a comment. I'll comment back. Check out Crimson Cult Comic Club. And check out Monday, 5 p.m. Central Time, our comic book flame sales. They're either on Aaron Psychotronic Squirt Guns channel or on my channel. And no matter what, you can always get the replays on my channel because I post them in there after we're done with the live shows. Uh, and you can always claim stuff off the replay. It wasn't claimed during the live sale or claimed before you in the comments on the replay. All right. Thanks. Bye.